Yeah, once again, I'm here to discuss, of course, the way forward for Africa. My discussions are around the soul, and this is particular about the soul of Africa. Um, I mentioned in one of my videos how this child of the colonial masters, this tenant we were left with this tenant. This tenant left us with an anchor with a chain on us. Anyway, I mentioned it in one of the videos, but I want you to know, have it at the background of your mind that whatever we are running today, we are running an idea of the West, the idea of the white man. It's not entirely bad per se, but it is bad because they want to be in charge of how we run it. And that is the essence of this discussion. Democracy, government, the kind of government we have. I call it a tenant, the tenant's government. The background is that when colonial masters came, and we demanded to be free. They were never going to let us free. And so when they left us with a government. I said in the other video, when they came, we had names. We had names, who we are, and we ran our system. It's not bad to learn from countries, learn from nations, cross-fertilization of ideas and systems is not a bad thing. But for one system to impose its own system on you, it's a bad thing. If we are going to be running democracy, you don't want to be friends with us because we are not running a democracy. It's not fair. If we adopt elements of democracy and we have our own peculiarities, we should be able to infuse uh, and adapt or adopt into the system what befits our own movement. We cannot take everything from the West, from those colonial masters, because our government is a government of colonial masters. And they actually want us to run things exactly the way they run their own things and the way they want us to run. And if these guys are telling us what is wrong and what is right, what is good for us and what is not good for us, and even if it's good for us and they are telling us because democracy says this, so we must play by their ball, I think that is where I have a problem with the way the West interferes in our democracy. I, 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 I I was talking about policies, jobs, and contracts. I was thinking through it and I was asking myself, can't we do it better? Isn't there a way? Must we run it the way America runs it? Must we run it the way the whites, the Western world run their thing? Can't we make policies that are peculiar to us? Now I'm talking about jobs. If you finish your university and you go out to look for a job, they are expecting you to have had an experience of either 5 months or more, or let's say 3 years, sorry, 3 years or more. Now, why would they be asking a student who just graduated and required uh, uh, 3 years of experience with another organization or company or contract? Why would you expect a student just coming out of school to have experience of a number of years or more? Now, that is a system that we have adopted from the Western world, and it's not helping us to grow. That is why we have a lot of unemployment in the system. Unemployed graduates, they are all over the place, and guess what? The West is absorbing them. You can you can you can snoop around the news, and you will find out that you will come back and tell us how many doctors are leaving Africa, how many nurses are leaving Africa, how many teachers are leaving Africa. They are looking for teachers to go teach their children and students, and they are coming and fetching them from Africa because we only raise them, but we don't have the modalities of ensuring or engaging them for the benefit of the nation. And so people think when they go out there, they find greener pastures. They find greener pastures. They call it greener pastures, but is it actually green? It could be greener here. And it's going to be greener if we work on it. It will be greener if we work on it. And here's my idea. If Let me even finish. If you finish with the basis of what I'm trying to discuss, if you are looking for a job, give or take, whether you are coming from the university or you lost a job or you've never had a job before, or you're looking for a contract and you've never handled a contract before, you have this beautiful idea that you conceptualized. It's your own initiative. It's an innovation you have conceptualized, and you have you have drafted, worked out the modalities on how to make it succeed. And you go to a bank and you want a loan. When they see that the plan is okay, everything, your project plan and everything, they are going to ask you, have you handled it before? Show us jobs that you have done before. We can give you that loan. And that's how a lot of people are dying to their graves with ideas in their heads, innovations they have come up with, and and our system is just rejecting them, and the griefs are just taking, all the frustrations are taking people to the graves with the great ideas that they have. Yet we are in a system that we adopted from our colonial masters, and they won't let us do otherwise. We copy everything hook, line, and sinker from America, and it's pathetic. I don't think we are going to turn around our employment ratio by simply sticking to these requirements for jobs. Why would you be requiring somebody to have 12 years experience before he can get a job? Now that is a trap, a system that these people has given us, and we are simply going by it, and and people are just jobless, and then our industries can never experience any turnaround if we are going to continue like that. So we must look inwards. We must look inwards and and see what we can do about that. As far as I'm concerned, that's one big factor that is causing unemployment. And let me say, I will discuss in another video how I think our system should run. That even as a student, you are already employed. I want to discuss that, and I want to suggest that we all look around. Africans, let's look that way. That way, let's look that way. When you have your students running there, the years of their study and training in the university should be their years of experience. Why are you what did you go to achieve or fulfill during your NYSC training in Nigeria? That is National Youth Service Corps, the service that you render to your country. What was the essence? Isn't that enough experience of a year? While you were being trained in the university and you ran projects through the years, isn't that an experience enough for you to trust the value of that person or the value the person can offer? Uh, Generally, I think that is a major, major, major challenge in the employment cycle or in the employment industry, in the development of Africa generally. And if all African countries are running this in the name of democracy, it's another bug that they have dropped in for us, and we have swallowed it, and we are living in it. And they can only sit back there and tell you that the rate of unemployment in Africa is alarming, and Africa is the poorest continent. They will tell you that. But we allowed it, we swallowed it in. So it's either we do something about it or we leave it like that and continue then making policies and spending monies on that and siphoning them and expecting that employment ratio in your country will turn around. You're wasting your time. Once again, my name is Hosea Imbutuk Akuja, and I'm only trying to make my contributions on how to save the soul of Africa, how Africa can revolutionize in terms of development and self-determination. We'll be talking on and on. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. What's up? I only want us. I'm only making my contributions for the growth of Africa. Thank you.